Have you ever stopped to think, when you're stirring sugar into your morning chai, where does it actually go? It just disappears. It feels a little bit like magic, doesn't it? Well, it's not magic, it's some really cool chemistry. Chalo, let's figure this out together.
So, today we're kicking off our very first unit, solutions, by talking about the different types of solutions. Now listen, this is a super important foundational topic. If you can get this one concept crystal clear in your head, I promise you the rest of this chapter is going to feel like a cakewalk.
You might ask, sir, why should we care so much about this? Well, because solutions are literally everywhere. The air we're breathing right now, it's a solution. The saline drips that are used in hospitals to save lives, that's a solution too. And for your board exams, understanding this is absolutely critical. It helps you cut through the noise and see what the question is really asking. So full attention, okay?
All right, let's get to the heart of it. The entire concept of a solution comes down to just one single powerful word, and that word is homogeneous. Just burn this word into your memory. If you truly get what this means, you've pretty much mastered the entire topic. It's that simple.
So what does it mean? At the most basic level you can imagine, a solution is simply a perfect uniform mix. That's it, nothing more complicated. It means that it forms a single phase where every single part of it looks and feels exactly the same.
Let's try and visualize this, okay? Just close your eyes and imagine. You take a pinch of salt and drop it into a glass of water. Think of the water molecules as a huge, restless crowd of people, constantly moving, bumping into each other. The moment that salt crystal hits the water, this crowd just rushes towards it.
And what do? The water molecules grab onto each tiny salt ion, pulling them away from the crystal and dragging them deep into the crowd. This happens over and over until every single salt ion is completely separated and scattered so perfectly, so evenly throughout the water that they become totally invisible. They're still there, of course, but they're perfectly mixed in. That, my friends, is a solution.
Now for your exams. Beta, if there is one sentence you need to memorize from today, it is this one. This is your NCERT safe anchor definition. Let's read it together. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances in which the solute is uniformly distributed at the molecular level in the solvent, forming a single phase. Write this down, learn it by heart, and you are all set.
Okay, let's tackle a very common point of confusion. What's the difference between a solution and a suspension? Think about it. In a solution, like our salt water, the salt particles are so tiny they're invisible, and they will never settle down. It's stable. But in a suspension, like sand and water, you can clearly see the sand particles, and if you leave it for a while, they will definitely settle at the bottom. It's unstable. See that key difference?
I know. These definitions can feel a bit abstract and hard to remember. So let's use a really simple analogy that will make this idea stick in your head for good. Let's imagine that a solution is like a massive, crowded music concert. Got that picture in your mind?
Look, it maps out perfectly. The solvent, in our case, the water, that's like the entire massive crowd at the concert. And the solute, the salt, that's like your small group of friends trying to get in. Now, when your friends enter that huge crowd, they don't all just stand together in one clump, do they? No, they get separated, mixed in, with each friend surrounded by strangers. That perfect, even distribution, that's your homogeneous mix.
So you might think, why do scientists even bother with these labels? Well, it's to solve a very real, practical problem. It's all about predicting behavior. If a chemist knows they've created a solution, they instantly know that it's going to be stable and it won't separate, no matter how long they leave it. It helps them avoid a lot of headaches in the lab.
Okay, so we've seen the big picture with our concert analogy. Now let's do the opposite. Let's take out our imaginary microscope and zoom in, way down, right to the molecular level, and see what is actually going on inside that glass of salt water.
So picture this. First, you just have the solvent, billions of H2O molecules, just randomly moving about. Then we introduce the solute, the Na+ and Cl- ions from the salt crystal. And now the really cool part happens, a process called solvation. The water molecules basically swarm the ions. They surround each positive sodium ion and each negative chloride ion, pulling them apart and wrapping them in a watery shell. This complete separation is what allows them to get scattered so evenly, giving us our perfect homogeneous solution.
All right, enough with the theory for a bit. Let's bring this all back to the real world. Where do we actually see this concept of solutions playing a role in our everyday lives? You're going to see that it's everywhere. Let's go right back to our original question about tea. Why does sugar dissolve so much faster in hot tea compared to cold iced tea? Well, now you know.
In hot water, the H2O molecules have much more energy. They're moving around like hyperactive little kids, super fast. This means they can find, surround, and pull apart the sugar molecules much more quickly. It's a direct, visible result of what's happening at the molecular level.
Now here's an example where this concept is not just convenient. It's literally a matter of life and death. You know the saline IV drips they use in hospitals? That's just a simple salt solution, but it is absolutely crucial that it's a perfect, homogeneous solution. Why? Because you need every single drop that enters a patient's bloodstream to have the exact same salt concentration. If it were unstable, some drops could have too much salt and some too little, and that would be incredibly dangerous. See how important this is?
Now here's a thought that probably crosses many of your minds. It's a logical thought. If I dissolve salt in water and just leave the glass on a table for a week, surely, because salt is heavier than water, it will eventually all sink and settle at the bottom, right? It just makes intuitive sense.
But actually, that's completely wrong. A true solution is permanently stable. It will never, ever settle out. And the reason is that constant, random, chaotic movement of the water molecules we talked about. That motion is powerful enough to constantly keep the salt ions suspended and evenly distributed forever. It's like the solution is mixing itself continuously from the inside.
Phew. Okay, that was a lot to take in. So, before we finish, let's quickly recap the 3 most important things from today that you absolutely must remember for your exams. Are you ready? First, the main idea. A solution is a perfect, homogeneous mix right down to the molecular level. Second, the mental picture. Just remember those friends getting scattered in a massive concert crowd. And third, the real-world importance. Think of those life-saving, perfectly uniform hospital IV drips. If you can just hold on to these 3 simple points, the core idea, 1 clear picture, and 1 powerful example, I guarantee this topic will feel so much lighter and easier when you see it on your exam paper. You've totally got this.